The doctor was shocked during the examination. The patient unexpectedly revealed details of his own murder in anesthesia.
팔라리는 한람대교에 몸통은 동호대교 이렇게 따로 버려 내년 4월까지는 떠오르지 않을 거야.
Combined with the recent murder cases, the doctor immediately realized the old man in front of him was very likely the killer. But before he could react, the old man sensed something and opened his eyes. To satisfy his curiosity, Frank deliberately came to the old man's butcher shop the next day. Sure enough, after careful observation, he found that the old man's behavior was not only strange, but beside the chopping board in the shop, there was also a strange bag scattered there. What frightened him even more was that from the torn opening of the bag, several eerie strands of hair could be vaguely seen. It turned out that the shop owner and his son came out to thank Frank for examining his father. They gave him high-quality beef, but the frightened Frank responded perfunctorily and then fled in panic. After being scared like this, Frank did not want to pursue the matter anymore. But that night, he had a fierce argument with his wife over trivial matters, and the shattered mirror happened to alarm the butcher shop owner downstairs. Frank did not expect that the man would thoughtfully bring a new mirror, and even bought wine, warmly inviting him downstairs to relax. This left Frank in a bad mood with no reason to refuse. Under the influence of alcohol, Frank poured out his failed marriage and dissatisfaction with life to the owner. He drank one glass after another, and soon collapsed on the table and passed out. When he woke up groggily, the owner was already gone. Seeing the cold storage door wide open, Frank's curiosity drove him to walk over again. Sure enough, on the shelf in the cold storage, he saw that familiar black plastic bag again. This time, Frank did not feel fear, but opened it directly. It turned out, everything was just a dream, but the headache that only comes with a hangover reminded him that things were not that simple. Seeing that he was about to be late for work, Frank packed his things and prepared to leave. But at that moment, he actually found that black plastic bag in his own refrigerator. Frank immediately realized the shop owner must have known his crime was exposed and wanted to frame him. But before he could call the police, there was a sudden knock on the door. The police arrived first and told him that the victim of this case was his wife. Before Frank could explain what happened yesterday, the forensic team found the murder weapon in his house, and even tools for mixing milk powder. What was even more terrifying was that his assistant also testified that after Frank drank the milk powder, he personally heard him admit to the murder. Frank tried to argue, but the police directly took out his dash cam, which clearly recorded the process of him transporting the body. But in Frank's mind, there was no memory of any of this. Frank frantically defended himself, but was treated as mentally ill by the police and sent to the hospital.
저게 잘못돼갖고 그래요. 지금 빨리 불러.